This year, Bricktoberfest starts, September 16th, and it goes all the way through October 31st. And JC Newman, for the last 3 years, has sent me boxes of these Bricktoberfest cigars, and they're great every single year that they come out. They're wonderful smoke, especially around fall time. And so, let me show you the ones that I've gotten in previous years. I have them right here. So this one is from 2022. The band right there. Hopefully you can see that at the bottom. There's a little foot band right there, which says 2022. That one is from that year. This one is from 2023. And of course this one is from this year, which is 2024. And the way this works is you go to your local retailer and you buy 7 of the cigars, and then you'll get a free stein. And every year I've gotten one of those in the past, and I'll show pictures of those as I'm going through the review. And also this year there was actually a real stein that came out, which was hand painted, really cool, white. Really cool. I'll post a picture of that on here as we're going. Anyway, let's get into the cigar. We'll cut it, we'll light it, we'll smoke it, we'll see how it goes, and we'll do that right after this. So, JC Newman, Bricktoberfest 2024. Here we go. First of all, let's take a look at the presentation of the cigar. I've always liked what they've done because it's just immediately when you get the box, when you look at the cigars, it immediately screams Bricktoberfest, or I should say, and Oktoberfest as well. Let's just take a look at the presentation of the cigar, and JC Newman does this beautifully every single year. Let me take one of these out of the cellophane right here so you can all see and appreciate what they've done. Like I said, they've done this every year, and right away you can see the pigtail cap up there on the top, and then immediately you've got the the Oktoberfest themed band, which instantly catches your eye. This is a 6x52 Toro. It's got a rich, oily wrapper, and this you can tell just by looking at the cigar that these are going to be tasting well. Now, typically, what I like to do with my cigars is when I get them in the mail or when I buy them from a retailer, I let them sit for a little while. But I really wanted to smoke these, or at least smoke one of them, before I age these things, just to see what they taste like and what the tasting notes are, and how good the cigar smokes. Because the ones that I've smoked in the past have always been phenomenal, and it's such a different type of a blend that they put out when they make this cigar. It's really wonderful, and it's a cigar that anybody can smoke, whether you're a new smoker, occasional smoker, or even an everyday type of cigar smoker. It's a great cigar, and typically you want to pair these with a beer. I'm not a huge alcohol consumption guy. I do occasionally have beers here and there, even a rum or a bourbon or something like that. But my go-to is always coffee. So, like I said, I typically don't drink beer, but it's recommended that you drink, some kind of an Oktoberfest beer when you're smoking the cigar. All right, so here we go, back with the cigar. Now, I typically use a V cutter for my my cigar cutting experience. You can use whatever you wish, whether it's a guillotine cutter or a punch. Again, like I said, I typically use a V cut. So let's go ahead and get this cut right there at the end. Take the little pigtail off and do a little V right there. Let's do a little bit of a cold draw on the cigar because I'm really excited about it. Let's see what we get. Right away, great draw. A little bit of hint of cocoa, some spice right there. There's definitely some sweetness to the wrapper as well, which is always a good sign of what's to come. Let me go ahead and get it lit up here, and then we'll toast and we'll see how it goes. So again, I got to thank JC Newman for sponsoring my channel. They've been with me since the beginning of me doing cigar reviews. A good buddy of mine, Rick Sant, who is their rep. He was the rep, or excuse me, yeah, he was the rep for Napa Cigars as well, where I used to work a couple years ago, and that's how I met Rick. And he comes out there and does his thing, and then we hit it off immediately right when he started. When I first met him, we played golf, we've sat down and smoked cigars, and he actually got me set up with JC Newman to help me grow my channel, and it's been a process, but it's growing. So anyway, now we got this thing toasted. Let's see how it tastes. Man, look at that smoke output right away. Excellent draw. There's some pepper right there a little bit. It's got some notes of cocoa, a little bit of baking spice that I'm tasting. Man, the smoke output is just amazing on that. So let me go ahead and get into the cigar. We'll come back. I'll tell you where I'm at. I'm going to try and go about halfway, and I'll tell you what flavor changes I'm getting. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. All right, folks, you might notice a little difference in the video quality, or I should say maybe even the sound. I had to switch to my my phone because my GoPro a little wrench showed up inside of the little viewfinder there, and it's telling me there's something wrong with the GoPro, and it died immediately, and I don't know what's wrong with it. I'll have to look at it. So I just wanted to switch to my phone anyway. If you notice a little difference, that's why. Anyway, so I'm actually halfway through the cigars, you can see from right there, and the flavors have really developed nicely. I wanted to do a video of the ash, but it actually fell off right there on the floor, unfortunately. But it was a very nice solid ash, which is always a good sign of a cigar when you're smoking it. But like I said, the spices died down. The pepper in there that's coming back just a tiny bit. There's some sweetness, some creaminess to the cigar, which I enjoy. The coffee notes, the heavy coffee notes in the beginning I talked about, it actually kind of faded into the back, and now I'm getting that creaminess and that nuttiness that I was talking about. It's a very complex. There's a lot of depth of flavor in the cigar, which I really enjoy, and it's definitely different, in my opinion anyway, from the cigars that were in the past that JC Newman has come out with, specifically the Bricktoberfest, which is what I'm talking about. Completely different than those in the past. So this is a cigar that would be perfect for a fall evening. Again, like I said, with a beer, and I'm gonna have to try one of these with a beer. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm not a huge beer drinker. I do enjoy them, not all the time, but I think a great German beer will go really well with this cigar. So far, so good. And again, like I mentioned before, it's different than the other cigars from JC Newman in the past, from what I remember anyway. So let me get down further, probably right where that band is right there, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it a little bit more. Would I recommend the cigar? Absolutely. It's one of these limited edition cigars that JC Newman only comes out with once a year. And if you're looking for something that's different, something that's, specifically, like a fall time cigar, as the weather's getting colder, the weather's getting more crisp, this is great for that. Like I said, it's a full-bodied cigar. It's got layers of flavor, and again, like I mentioned before, it's what JC Newman does best, and everything just balances out as you're getting further and further in the cigar, and it's just the flavors that I really enjoy. Especially that coffee in the beginning, which is something I love in a cigar. Spice I like in a cigar. Nuttiness I love in a cigar. And when you combine all those into one package such as this, you just get awesome flavors. Anyway, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. And again, if you're looking for this particular cigar, if you go to the JC Newman website, I'll post a link in the bottom below where it says Bricktoberfest. It talks about that. There's a map on there where you can actually go and find out which retailers are selling those. And again, I always say this in the past, if you can always support your local B&M. If you don't have one around you that carries it, then find your favorite dealer. But I always recommend, supporting, the guys that are in the brick and mortar shops that are out there, selling these for us to enjoy. But anyway, if you have any questions, again, leave them in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, folks.